welcome back to Food Prep Guide. We are continuing with the January Pantry Challenge, and tonight's meal is a smashed burger. If you've never had smashed burgers before, they're just the way they sound, burgers that have been smashed real thin. They are cooked with a special sauce, which we'll share in just a minute, and it gets that nice crispy outside to the burger. So, this wasn't part of my original meal plan, but I figured out that we should probably do that today when I saw that these burgers were in the fridge. If you see some discoloration right here, that's because whoever used the other half of this pack of burgers, just the plastic wrap was not covered all the way, so it was directly exposed to air, but it's totally fine. But I thought about this because you may have mentioned me, or may have heard me mention before, that we're a family of 5 and we only have 4 patties, so that's not going to cut it. So I thought this would be perfect for smashed patties because you use kind of a smaller amount. You usually double stack them, so you use 2 thin patties on 1 burger, but I'm not going to do that quite yet. So you want to have everything prepped and ready to go before you cook them because you want to serve that burger immediately. It's best hot and crispy. So the first thing we're going to do is put our seasoning together. It is just a little bit of garlic powder. You don't have to measure because you're just sprinkling these on each individual patty. I'm going to say probably about 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. And probably about a teaspoon of salt. And about a half teaspoon of pepper. Let's give that a good stir, and then we'll get our sauce ready. So these are the spices that are going to go on the burger. Now with smashed burgers, you only season one side because they're so thin. If you season both sides, it'll be too much, too strong, too much. Okay, the sauce is, I'm not going to do a recipe on the blog for this one because it's just burgers, but I do want to give you the exact recipe for the special sauce, and it is 1 tablespoon of grated onion, half a cup of mayonnaise, 1 tablespoon of mustard, and 1 teaspoon of oh goodness, y'all, I can't say this word, Worcestershire sauce. Y'all have a problem saying that word? I hope I'm not alone. Okay, grated onion, and let me just tell you, I can't stand using a grater, but the onion really makes this sauce, so I'm gonna grin and bear it, and I'm gonna use the grater. And to that grated onion, we're going to add half a cup of mayonnaise. And this sauce is just gonna be dolloped onto each patty halfway through cooking. And it's what gives it that extra crispy crunch, I guess you could say, that makes the burger so good. And to that, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of mustard. I'm just going to eyeball it. Woo! That splattered everywhere. And then 1 teaspoon of that W word, this stuff. And give that a good stir. Okay, we have our seasoning, we have our sauce. Next is you want to toast the buns before you do the burger patties. So for the sake of filming, I'm just going to make my 3 children's burgers first. Actually, I might just go ahead and do 2 because you're going to want a much bigger skillet than this, but this is the biggest size cast iron I have right now, so you're going to want just a bigger skillet. I'm just going to go ahead and say that now. Okay. Just going to do a tiny little slab. We need to go easy on the butter during this challenge. Just put them bun cut side down. Let them toast for a little bit. Going to get a plate ready to put them on. You can see they're nice and toasted, so now we move on to the patty part. So I'm going to take one of these patties, divide it in half, form a ball. I'll wash my hands real quick. Okay, I'm going to turn my skillet up. I think I forgot to mention the skillet was set to low medium for the toasting the bun part. Now we're going to raise it up to medium high. Now the fun part, the smashing part. And plop that in there. And you're just going to immediately smash it really thin. I think this would be a lot easier with one of those metal, it's like a spatula, but it's long and metal and kind of square. I've been meaning to get one for a while, but I just haven't yet. That would be ideal for this recipe. Part of what makes these burgers so good is the crispy outside, and that metal spatula really helps you scrape and get all those little crispy pieces off. So, okay, since we're pressing them so thin, they are already almost ready to flip. So I'm going to take my seasoning mixture that we made. I'm just going to sprinkle them on top of the patties. And then we're going to do a small little dollop of this sauce right there in the middle. I hope you can see that. Yeah, okay, good. Okay, we're ready to flip them already. You know what? Okay. Gonna scrape and try to get all that crispiness. I don't know if you can see that browning slide on there, but that's exactly what we want, and that's the yummy part. I'm going to get a plate, and at this point we want to put our cheese, if you're using cheese. Okay, my skillet's popping pretty bad, so I'm going to go ahead and lower this down. It was at about a 6, I'm going to lower it down to about a 4 just to avoid some of that popping. Okay, this should be just about done. I'm going to go ahead and double stack that one for Daddy. Oops, that's a bottom bun. There we go. Okay, smashed burgers. Easy peasy. Very tasty. And we have some pickles from the garden. Our favorite is the Amish bread and butter pickles. They're so good. And we have the option for red onion if people would like that. And I think I saw half a tomato in the fridge, so I might do that as well. That's it. Smashed burgers. Hope y'all enjoy. Bye.